Oh goodness, I don't hardly have a lot of time, but I want to talk about how if you want to see a change in the world, you have to be the change you want to see, but it's also time to, in order to end certain patterns that you have seen, like certain patterns, sometimes it's other things that might have to happen to stop it. But see, for me, it's the entire world, my entire perception that I want to see something different. I feel like I've moved through different parallel realities of this person right here. And I've probably moved up instead of down. I can tell I've moved up instead of down, you know. But now I'm at a point where certain things that have happened, if you want a complete change, I'm going to say it like this. If this is how the things have to be, this is how the simulation have to be, and there's no way for it to be different, then the simulation might need to end. The simulation might need to end. And the simulation is going to end, but I want to talk about this though. The way this world is, it has some kind of foundation. And before this new world came about, before most of us, the way most of us see the world, before this type of world came about, there was another world where its foundation was removed. I want to talk about matriarchy. What happened? I know this is a toxic matriarchy, not necessarily a patriarchy, but a toxic matriarchy. But what happened for that to fall? Something had to happen with its foundation. Something had to happen with this foundation. Okay? There was some kind of division there. Some people have their spirits and some people have their divinity and all of that stuff. And, you have a group of women that could have possibly turned their backs on their spiritual practices, on their divinity, and the sisterhood or whatever. I'm going to say for love. It seems like this stuff, love seems to always cause this mess to happen. I'm going to say it was for love. It was a story. It's a little story, narrative type of story called, it used to be on YouTube a while ago and I cannot find it anymore. It was called Before the Men Came. And I believe I recorded that and uploaded it to my Divine Beingness channel. But I believe that video might have been removed. But it was talking about before the men came and how women were able to give birth through the process of parthenogenesis. But they were only giving birth to females. It was like a cartoonish type of narration, right? It was like it was an illustration, but it was narration, but it was like an illustration, almost like a drawing, And so anyway, it talked about one of the women in the group who was dating a guy, a male from, I don't know what tribe he must have come from. I don't know what tribe he must have come from. I don't know. But, in that narration, it was talking about how, one time the women ended up not coming to their meetings. They used to always go to the meetings at a certain time, and this woman, because she was falling in love with this male from this, I guess, some other tribe, she missed her meetings. And all of a sudden, I don't know what happened. I don't know if he got her pregnant or what. Something happened, but it broke up that sisterhood. And this is what I'm saying, that there was a world before this, what you see right now. There was a world that existed before. And because that world is no longer existing, I would say in this particular timeline, it's because something happened with the foundation. So what I'm saying is, the way this stuff is, something can also happen with its foundation as well. Something could also happen with its foundation because the way they are doing things is not as strong as an individual is when they completely work on themselves, when they completely do what's necessary. and get to their highest potential, a lot of these entities will not be powerful enough. That's why they work so hard to keep people low in frequency, because when you rise in frequency, they are not powerful enough. That's when you begin to break their foundation. Okay, that's when you break their foundation. So just doing the inner work on yourself is breaking that foundation. Now, I want to talk about, like, if you're tired of a lot of corruption, stuff has been done to you, and you haven't been able to open your mouth because you feel like it might be a losing battle, because you're talking about corporations, companies, and people with a lot of support behind them, people who know a lot of people, and you don't hardly know anybody. And so just don't say anything, because it's going to be a nasty loss, and people are going to turn against you. And yeah, that could happen in a reality like this, where but that's why I was getting back to removing the foundation of that particular type of behavior, that consciousness. Remove the foundation of that type of consciousness right there. Remove the foundation of that kind of consciousness. Okay? And then it won't be able to stand, because that's low consciousness anyway. They won't be able to stand. Those type of things are in place because certain people fell into a low frequency, and everything, including the kitchen sink, is being thrown at them to make sure they never rise back up, okay? Or never wake up. But anyway, I want to say that really quickly. You need to, it's all about their foundation, okay? It's really pretty much all about their foundation. You got to find a way to remove their foundation, okay? And so that's it. And it looked like their foundation means that they depend on so many people to stay low in frequency. That's their foundation. So many people being low in frequency is their foundation, or low in vibration, low in thought forms, low thought forms, low in emotional intelligence instead of higher emotional intelligence. That seems to be the foundation of this particular reality that appears to be crumbling anyway. All right. Anyway, I'll talk to you later.